Good morning, children. Okay, now yesterday I had, or in my previous video, I had recited this ballad, A Legend of the Northland, which was composed by Folk Carey for you people. And today I am going to explain this ballad, this story for you. Away, away in the Northland, where the hours of the day are few and the nights are so long in winter that they cannot sleep them through. So, this is a story of the Northland. Northland is a place where the north pole of the earth, okay, where it is very, very cold during the winter season and the days are few, means the hours of the days are very few and the hours of the day night are very longer. So people in the Northland in the winter season, they do not sleep throughout the night as the nights are long in winter season, where they harness the swift reindeer to the sledge when it snows, and the children look like bears' cubs in their funny furry clothes. So now this is a description of that place during the winter season. During the winter season, people over there, they harness, they rear swift reindeer. You know the reindeer, an animal. They harness it. Why they harness it? For the sledges. So reindeers in northern countries, or I should say where it is where it snows, people have a reindeer over there, and I should say they used to have, as it is a story. Okay, so to pull these sledges, you might have seen Santa Claus, on which vehicle he sits on. He sits on a sledge which is pulled by the reindeers. So such sledges they have over there. To pull those sledges, they harness, they rear the reindeer when it snows. Okay, and the children look like bear's cub. Children, they looks like bear's cub, means bear's baby. Children over there, they look like bear's baby. Why? Because in winter season they wear funny furry clothes, which gives them warmth, warm feeling. Okay, so when children they wear such clothes, they look like bear's baby or cub. They tell them a curious story. I don't believe it's true, and yet you may learn a lesson if I tell the tale to you. So people over there, they tell curious stories to the children over there. But the poet, he himself doesn't believe in those stories, but he's sure that we can or we may learn a lesson from that story if he tells the tale to us. Tell and tale. Tell means to tell. Tale means a story. If he is going to tell the story to us, so he has started to tell the story to us. Once when the good Saint Peter lived in the world below and walked about it preaching just as he did, you know. So he has started the story where the character in the story is Saint Peter. Who is this Saint Peter? He lived in the world below and he did the preaching work. He was the apostle of Lord Christ, and he preached the moral values to the people wherever he went throughout the world. So he came to the door of a cottage and traveling round the earth, where a little woman was making cakes and baking them on the hearth. So while moving around the earth and preaching, while doing his duty, he came across a cottage. He sat over there outside the cottage because he was tired and he was very hungry. So the cottage belonged to a woman who was making cakes and baking them on the hearth. Hearth means a stove which is made out of wood and mud and stone. So she was making or baking the cake by baking on them on the hearth. And being faint with fasting, for the day was almost done, he asked her from her store of cakes to give him a single one. So he requested, being hungry, he was fainting. So he requested the lady to give him a single cake to eat. So she made a very little cake, but as it baking lay, she looked at it and throughout it seemed too large to give away. So the lady, after listening to his request, he started baking a cake. But after baking the cake which she had made, she saw that the cake was very large enough to give away. She should not give such a large cake to the stranger. So she thought not to give it to him. Therefore, she needed another and still a smaller one, but it looked, when she turned it over, as large as the first had done. So she needed another dough, and so she started making another cake, but smaller than the earlier one. But as soon as she baked the cake, she found that it was as large as the first one she had done. So again, then she took a tiny scrape of dough and rolled it flat and baked it thin as a wafer, but she couldn't part with that. So again she needed a dough, but she took a tinier scrape of a dough and she started rolling it as a wafer and she baked it. But she couldn't part with that. She couldn't part with that means she couldn't give that cake to Saint Peter. So she made, first she 3 times she made the cake. Okay, first time she made it and she baked it. She found it a larger one, so she didn't give it to Saint Peter. Second time she needed a smaller dough. Again she found it the larger one. So again she didn't give it. So the final time she made a very fine cake. She rolled it into a flat dough and she baked it as a wafer. But she thought that it should not be given to Saint Peter because it was a larger piece for her. For she said, my cakes that seem too small when I eat of them myself, okay, are yet too large to give away. So she put them on the shelf. So what explanation she gave to Saint Peter? That whenever she bake cakes for herself, they appear to her smaller, okay, but when she baked cakes for Saint Peter, they appeared larger for her. So she didn't give any of those cakes to Saint Peter, and she kept them on the shelf. Now Saint Peter, he got very angry. Then good Saint Peter grew angry, for he was hungry and faint, and surely such a woman was enough to provoke a saint. So he was very angry on the attitude and the behavior of that lady, and he thought that such a lady should not be in the human form. Because she provoked that saint to be angry. And he said, you are far too selfish to dwell in a human form, to have both food and shelter and fire to keep you warm. So he said that lady was so selfish that she should not dwell in the human form. Okay, she should be turned to any kind of other creature who should wander here and there for both food and shelter, and she should also not get the warmth what she is getting in her house. So she is not at all able to have that things because she was selfish. She was not she should not be human being. Okay, now you shall build as the birds do, and shall get your scanty food by boring all day in the hard dry wood. So he decided to turn her into a bird, because birds, they do a lot of hard work to have a single food particle for themselves. They have to search here and there the food items. Okay, so he decided to convert her into a bird. And he said, he spelled his magical words on her. Then up she went through the chimney, never speaking a word, and out of the top flew a woodpecker, for she was changed to a bird. And when he had spoken those magical words on her, she directly flew into the chimney without speaking a word, without arguing. She was not able to argue at all because she was in the process of converting herself into a bird. She went through a chimney, and when she came out of the chimney, she was converted into a bird, okay, a woodpecker. She had a scarlet cap on her head, and that was left the same, but all the rest of her clothes were burned black as a coal in the flame. So when she came out of the chimney as a bird, as a woodpecker, her scarlet cap, she was wearing it when she was a woman. Okay, she was wearing a scarlet. Scarlet means red color cap on her head. When she came out of the chimney as a woodpecker, that cap was still there on her head, becoming the red crown on the woodpecker. If you have seen or observed a woodpecker has a red crown on its head. Okay, so that was left on her head, but rest all her clothes were burned when she went through the chimney, her clothes had burned into the flame. And every country school boy has seen her in the wood, where she lives in the trees till this a very day, boring and boring for food. So this was the anger of Saint Peter, because of what this lady was transformed into a woodpecker, and till this very day she is roaming in the wood, in the forest, boring for her food, searching for her food. And school boys in the countryside, they look at her, they observe her every day, the lady which has been transformed into a woodpecker, searching for her food. So this is the story all about, and this story teaches us the moral values of generosity, kindness. Okay, whenever you have a stranger at your place and the stranger asks you for water, please give water. If the stranger asks you for food, please give food to him. Okay, this is a thing which we should have nurture in us. Okay, so we do it every time. Okay, we have seen our forefathers, our parents, our grandparents doing this. We never let any person move thirsty or empty stomach from our house. We, something or the other, we offer to that person, and this is kindness. This is a human being. Being human, we have to do all these kind jobs towards the other people, because these things, they repay us in our future, when we are in a time of trouble. At that time, people, they come in the or God comes in the form of other people to help us, because we have helped other people when they were in trouble. So this is what God has, for this is why God has created human beings, to help others, to show our generosity. So this is the moral value which we have learned. We should not be selfish, like that woman, because she was selfish, so God has punished her, and a selfish human being should be punished according to Saint Peter. So please go through this poem once again, this video once again, go through the refresher, see the summary, read the summary and understand it, and leave your comment in the comment box. Thank you.